WNY water.
I was scared of EJ Manuel. I thought he was good.
Sure.
I really felt like he was doing stuff. I thought he was accurate. He was, for somebody who had an injury, he was mobile. I was scared of him.
Rookie of the year, we should look at those odds because it's either Geno Smith or EJ Manuel, right?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Well, after watching every play of that Pats game, I would think EJ Manuel is, if he stays healthy, he's going to win. He's good.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Buffalo. When was the last time they had a quarterback?
Yeah. Well, that's
Flutie?
So Bills fans and Raiders fans, like, look, at least these guys are excited.
Right now, we have more losses than we have wins. The fucking changes that have happened in the Cub organization are multifold. All right, they don't show because we're 5-14. And unfortunately, that's the criteria of them dumb 15 motherfucking percent that come out to day baseball.
Who the fuck is this guy? Hey, who the fuck are you? Huh? Who the fuck are you? Okay, I like it.
All right, go walk your dog.
No! Welcome back. WNYWaterCooler.com podcast. We got Steve on the line and a nasal spray on the line with us, Coast.
What's up?
Jesus Christ. This is live. We're in a bar. There's people watching.
My bad.
It's a slow news week, and
What's going on in the world?
I don't remember when the Bills last played. It was like a couple of years ago.
I didn't remember there was football tonight. I'm really in a fog right now. That Patriots game does seem like an eternity ago. It really does. But 6-2, 2.5 game lead on the Pats. But our 3.5 game lead on the Pats, they're cooked. It's a great week to be a Bills fan.
Well, now the Dolphins are playing weird.
Yeah, Dolphins have a good D. Talked about it. Their offense was terrible. 2 of them were 90 yards. It was a fluky win. The Rams ran 90 plays. The Dolphins 40. Outgained them by 300 yards. They just had 9 turnovers and two defensive touchdowns. Another touchdown for Miami set up by a turnover.
They had a punt return touchdown.
Yeah, 2 non-offensive touchdowns. And another gift. So that was a weird game. But we'll see what they do this week.
The Bills should have lost. We had a practice squad player who's wearing an offensive lineman's number make a play that we desperately needed, and we barely win.
Let me ask you this.
Sure. Yes. Sure.
Name a defensive lineman that you noticed more this season than the guard number 61.
I haven't noticed anyone more than Joe Panos. Other than, Jerry Hughes running into the end zone from the 50-yard line past the quarterback, I noticed from time to time. But, yeah, Joe Panos, I got to give it to that guy. He deserves that contract from the P Squad.
Yeah, he made the play of the game. He almost made the play of the game against Kansas City. He's had some tackles for loss. I've noticed Zimmer out there. Maybe it's because of his number and the fact that he just looks preposterous, but he made the play. He made the play of the game. What can you say? The defense stepped up when they needed to after another very lackluster performance.
Well, what the fuck was the offense doing the whole game? Just running the clock out? That's a recipe for success in January, I'll tell you.
In the second half, they had 3 possessions and scored 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And the field goal and a touchdown, and Gabe Davis could catch. So the offense did what they needed to do in the half. First half, not so much, but in the second half, they played well. They ran the ball extremely well, almost 200 yards, and they, like I said, they scored on 3 drives, and every time they got a touchdown, they just made it right back up on the next drive. The defense, again, can't get off the field, can't stop the run. Newton was even completing some passes to, I can't even remember the guy's name now, but a nobody, Jacoby Myers. And
is the most exciting moment of your weekend when a Bills receiver drops a pass? You must write it down in magic marker on a huge pad. Excuse number 71 for Josh Allen. You're like me picking up my kid from daycare. Like, I have all these excuses. Oh, he's got a lot of energy because, Halloween candy or some shit. Like, these Josh Allen excuses are just getting lame.
A drop pass in the end zone in a tie game? How do you not forget about that? I don't think I remember every single dropped pass, but
you write them all down.
Yeah, I generally, I say no down. We're in a tie game. There's like 4 minutes left. When we dropped that pass, I was like, we're probably gonna lose. I didn't think we were stopping the Patriots.
I was weirdly confident that we were still gonna win. Just the way Cam Newton looked, and he doesn't pass the ball. I still don't really get how we barely beat him, but I mean that's the McDermott Allen team. You'll beat the weaklings barely, and then when a big game happens, they'll lose.
Well, I mean the weather. Let's talk. I mean no one wants to talk about the weather.
You're right.
Like no one wants to acknowledge it. The weather was horrible. It's an equalizer. You have two teams that are, there's a large disparity in talent that's going to be minimized by weather, and that's what happened. And our strength is our weakness has been running this season has been running the ball and stopping the run. And in wind like that, if you can't run the ball and you can't stop the run, it's gonna be tougher. And that played in New England's favor. I mean, Damian Harris, another handful of running backs up for New England, had run for 100 yards against us. I think he averaged like 7 yards a carry. That's what happened. It was a close game. I didn't really expect it to be a close game.
The only reason I thought it was going to be a close game is because of the spread. Clearly Vegas had no faith in the Bills, just like most fans don't. So I guess the spread in the end makes sense. But we should have buried them.
In a game like that, if you have a good defense, you bury them. We don't. So they were able to. You watch our defense. How often do we give up like 7 or 8 yards on first down on like running plays? It seems like it's every set of downs. First down, 7 8 yard game.
Well, our first down defense is horrific. If they keep stacking stuff like that,
I should have looked it up. They probably do.
Yeah, they have to have one of the worst first down defenses.
Play on first down, it's got to be like 7. I bet you realistically we're probably allowing over 5 yards per play on first down. So I don't know. And we can't get off the field. We can knock it off the field. This defense can knock it off the field, but they made the play. They made the play they needed to make.
Well, I don't even have much else to say about this Patriots. The Patriots are probably dead. Their schedule is pretty brutal, but our schedule is pretty brutal too.
Patriots are dead.
Did they play the Dolphins twice or not? Not only.
I don't think they. Well, they played the Dolphins week 1, but the Patriots still played the Jets twice.
Yeah, they played the Jets this week.
So.
And then things get significantly worse from there. But.
I'm counting them out. They had 5 losses. They basically have to run the table to. We play them again. They have to run the table, basically, to win the division, I think. Which would be shocking. They still have to play
11 and they don't have to go 11 and 5
to win the division. Probably. They still have to. They played Kansas City. They lost to Denver. They still have to play Chargers. I believe they still have to play
Baltimore. I think.
Oh yeah, they have to play Baltimore. They played Seattle. I don't know if they played any of the other NFC West teams yet. San Fran killed them. They probably got Zona still. They got some games that they're pretty heavy underdogs.
Well, then it comes down to the Bills and Dolphins. Are the Bills just collapsing and no one wins the division like NFC West used to be before like 3rd round bitch boy got drafted out of Wisconsin?
Team down. We're 6-2.
Yeah, and we played garbage. We played like garbage. Yeah, our point differential last year we were plus 27, and this year we're minus 1 or 2.
Differential. Who cares about point differential?
It portends what's going to happen in the future. either we are a good team or we're not a good team. I mean, that's I could wake my kid up. I could wake my kid up.
Point differential last season.
I'll wake my fucking kid up, and he could read the score and say which number's bigger. You have to look
Yeah, I
deeper
understand
than the superficial scoreboard to say which team.
I'm not. The best teams are going to have the best point differential, but point differential isn't like the end all be all. We had one game where we lost by 26 points.
Okay, we lost to the Titans, and then we lost to the Chiefs.
So there's outliers. The Titans game was clearly an outlier. The team.
That one was. The Chiefs game wasn't. Did we even try and win?
We lost by 9. We lost by 9 to Kansas City. We gave up garbage time touchdowns in 3 games.
Wasn't the weather bad?
Yeah, both of those games.
So it's a great equalizer, like you just said earlier.
Yeah.
So losing by 9 is pretty bad.
Look how Kansas City played that game. They played the game.
They covered.
Yeah, they covered.
We didn't cover against the Patriots in a bad weather game.
They kicked our ass on the ground, Kansas City. And that's what we have to do next week against Seattle. This week, I mean.
Yeah, let's run the clock out. And maybe we could get another bullshit pass interference call with 3 seconds left on the clock.
No, I don't want them to run the clock out. I just think that our best chance to beat Seattle, and that's all I care about is winning. I don't care about how they win. I can't stand this style point. Everyone wants style points. Everyone wants to go out and score 40 points. I don't care how many points we score. I want to win the ball game. We're 6-2.
Yeah, against good teams. Against good teams, it's fine to win the game. But when you're playing against shit teams and you're favored by 10, 11, 12, and you lose on a couple of fucking doinks off the upright, you just look. I look towards the future. I'm not thinking, oh wow, gee golly, we played pretty good in September.
Wait, so what was the line of the Jets game? 10?
10.5 or 11.
And we won by 8. It's not like it was that far off.
It started at 13.5.
Right. I mean, no one's saying the Bills right now.
We didn't score a touchdown in that game, if I'm remembering.
Again, we're going to talk about outliers. That again is an outlier. How often does a team score?
It's not an outlier if it's only been how have there been 3 outlier games already out of 8?
The Jets game, no team in like literally 80 years. I think 79 to be exact. Has won
It was
a game.
79.5.
Yeah, they didn't punt or score a touchdown. That is insane. That's insane.
Yeah, that's just we turn the ball over a lot and we can't score touchdowns. I mean that's just kind of a fluke thing. I mean that's what you're gonna get in the McDermott, Joshy Poo era. It's flukes. Like 3 years ago.
Yeah, there's flukes, but Josh Allen's, what is he, 5 and 6 plus 15, 11, 20, 15.
Yeah, let's look.
21. He's 21 and 13 as a starter.
His record, the Bills' record in games where at least 60 points were scored since 2011 is like 3-12 or 3-15 or something. But what's our record against playoff teams? It's like 2-13 with Josh Allen. Something maybe 2-9. It's really bad. I know that.
You win the games that are in front of you.
Yeah, and the playoff games. All right, so the playoffs are in front of us, so we're gonna.
Right, they gotta start.
Not gonna be any fans. We're in like this
Trust me,
dictatorship.
I 100% agree that they need to start winning games against good teams, and I think they can. I just don't think it has to be because we throw it all over the field. I don't give a crap about that.
Well, I don't either. I mean, I just want to beat a good team and not have it be a fluke. But
yeah, I agree 100%. 100%. And it doesn't have to be a fluke. Do we really want to go into a game against the Seahawks and with the best passing offense in the NFL and try and get into a passing shootout with them?
Can we?
That doesn't seem like the ticket to victory to me.
Well, we have the receiver with the most targets in the league, and we have 2 other very good. I mean, what they're specifically doing, they're very good at their position at wide receiver.
Excellent. They're great.
So then we should be able to go toe-to-toe with anyone. What would the spread, what's the line, 3? What would the line be if there's a crowd there? Would it be 0 even? +1? I mean, that's pretty pathetic.
It's hard to say. I don't know. I don't know what kind of impact this
It's probably 2
crowd.
points.
Yeah, it's disappointing that there's not going to be a crowd. These games would be a lot of fun for fans. That's
Yeah.
another thing about last week's game too. I mean, the home field advantage. It's just, I mean, no team has it really, so it's not really worth even talking about. But that's an advantage that, although we haven't even been better at home than on the road. I think
Yeah,
we're
with this
5-3,
panic room quarterback, that's maybe what we should call the Ralph now with this guy. If there's crowd there.
Do you think Josh Allen's having a good year, a good season?
Yeah, he is. I mean,
Okay.
because I have low expectations for him.
No,
And
just like relative to
what I
NFL,
expected.
No, not what you expected. You think for an NFL quarterback, would you say Josh Allen's having a good season? Good, average, below average, great?
Pretty good. He's having a pretty good year.
Pretty good year. All right.
I mean, it's better than what we had. I mean, we can talk about the drought, and we had years where we were 8-8, 9-7, 7-9, and I mean that's probably where we're going to be this year. And those were, I mean,
Jesus Christ, 2-6 the last 8. Ouch.
I'm not predicting that, but that's not out of the realm of possibility. I mean that.
Nothing's out of the realm of possibilities. I mean, Allen, you did.
Well, it's not out of the. It's a pretty okay possibility that could happen. We lose this, we could lose to the Patriots, Arizona. We could lose to Miami. Well, we're not going to lose to Miami in Buffalo in January, but we could drop. Yeah, we're not going to go 7-9.
Like I say, 4-4 would be 10-6. I said it last week. 10-6 would be a good season. 10-6 wins the division. And I'd be
10-6 to me is it's not disappointing, but it's I don't know.
A lot of teams win the Super Bowl at 10-6.
A lot.
I don't know.
That's completely wrong. That's completely wrong.
Both Giants Super Bowls, weren't they 10-6 or worse in both of those seasons?
Yeah, they had like the best defensive line ever.
Didn't the Packers weren't the Packers 10-6 when they won the Super Bowl?
I don't fucking know, but there's not that many 10-6 teams or worse. I'm pretty sure no 9-7 team has ever won. Yeah.
Not or worse. That was my point being that 10-6 doesn't mean you're like preclude you from making a run in the playoffs. I mean, Tennessee was 9-7 last year, made it to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah,
So,
that was the year. Last year was the year for like a fluke team to get in. I mean, even the Niners were. I mean, the 49ers had a lot of talent, but I mean, their quarterback and they didn't have like a breakout receiver. But last year was maybe. I mean, moving forward, that could be how it is. I mean, there's so many good quarterbacks, allegedly. They're all athletic quarterbacks, whatever. But I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. Until we beat a good team, I can't predict us ever doing much.
Well, I agree with you that I want the Bills to beat a good team, and I want them to do it and look the part. My thing is, I don't care how they do it. If they beat a good team because they dominate on defense, that'd be great. If they beat a good team because they run it for 250 yards and Josh Allen throws for 150 yards, that'd be great. If they beat
that's basically the Ravens. I agree. I mean, that's basically the Ravens. Yeah, you hate the guys in GR because they love point differential and throwing the ball for 5,000 yards, whatever bullshit they always talk about. But I sort of agree with you. I mean, that's the Baltimore Ravens model, and I mean, yeah, that was the Niners model last year. They just had a lot of talent. I don't mind winning that way. We don't need to, but the more likely than not scenario is to throw it a lot and score more points. That's the more likely than not way to victory.
Yeah, if it ends up being that type of game, and I think Allen can do it. I also think if we play a game where we want to control the clock more, Allen can make throws when he has to make them. We're still first in the NFL third down conversions. It seems like Allen makes plays on third downs.
I do feel weirdly confident if it's like 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 10 in the middle of the field. Not like if we're inside our own 30, then I just think he's going to throw a touchdown the wrong way. But if we're inside the 30s, I feel like weirdly confident. I mean, maybe it's just because I drink so many beers during these games because I can't go to them. But I feel weirdly confident on 3rd and 9 that we're going to pick it up. Like, and the stats bear that out. Yeah, you said we are first in 3rd down conversions, but
I mean, he's great in the pocket. He's elusive in the pocket. He's excellent throwing. Like when he rolls right and makes those throws on the sideline, he's very accurate with them. He just makes a lot of good plays on 3rd down. So if you have a game that you're not throwing it for 400 yards, but you still need your quarterback to make key plays, I have confidence in him being able to do that. And I was really happy with what I saw from Zach Moss. The second half of the Jets game and last week, he just
both running backs. Yeah, both running backs looked good last week. I mean, yeah, Fat Moss. I mean, I've hated him all year, partly because he hasn't played. But I mean, if he can continue, if these running backs can continue this, especially when it gets colder, I mean, we could still throw when it's cold, but more likely that you're going to run it more now. But it's possible. I mean, the offense they still need to concentrate on passing the ball.
That's what got them success in the first month of the season. But, teams have taken that away. They've adjusted how they play. The Bills, they put all the guys in coverage. And maybe the way to remedy that is to just run it. Like, I have no problem with a Chiefs type game plan this week. If we feel that that's going to be the way we can have success. I don't need to throw it 45 times. In fact, I don't want to get in that type of game with Russell Wilson. I want to get in that type of game with Russell Wilson just to see how we do.
But if we're going to lose, I'd rather it be more entertaining. But keep it close. I guess it's fine. But with the trade deadline, I expected nothing, and even across the league, there was nothing. Maybe some of it was this COVID shit where you can't play for another week, so you got to pay this guy to not play for a week. But I mean, no one was moved. If there was more movement, if there's more players traded, I would have been more pissed at old Beaner, but I wasn't expecting anything.
Yeah, there's got to be something out there that's worth doing too. And I don't know. I mean, I've said it on this before. I trust Bean, and he's shown that he would make
Dear
trades.
leader.
He would make trades, so I don't think he'd be afraid to make a trade if there's a trade to be made.
I think he underestimated. Well, I think everyone did really losing Star Latulele, whatever you fucking say his name, but. I think everyone, including the coach and GM, underestimated losing that guy.
Or just didn't expect it. Because my guess is if they knew they weren't going to have Star, they would have replaced him with someone in the draft or free agent. But they didn't know they weren't going to have Star.
Well, the draft, that's tough. But we could have made a trade. I mean, this crew made a lot of trades in August. 3 years ago, so they could have tried to do something, but
they're relying on a guy that I don't know what they expected from Harrison Phillips. He just tore his ACL, so I don't know. But
that was a year and a half ago. I think they did think more of Phillips. I guess I don't really know why, but
I don't know either. But and now we have
and Milano is just always hurt. At least this year.
I was just about to bring him up. Hasn't practiced, right? He didn't practice today, didn't practice yesterday. So, who knows if he's going to play? Maybe they're just resting him. He's only playing like a handful of snaps a game.
Yeah, we're counting on these fucking dickheads from Carolina. AJ Klein, everyone in Western New York hates this guy. And me too. I slashed his tires. I deflated them, actually. I just took the air out. The tires are fine. Structurally.
I saw Klein blitz against the Patriots, I feel like 15 times. Anytime I saw 54, he was blitzing, and he was just getting, picked up, and Newton would just stand there. What does he do? I don't know. What other options do we have?
Just keep signing more dudes like Worley from that we're playing in Carolina.
And,
I've been looking through every week the waiver wire. I'm not fantasy, the real waiver wire. I go to Pro Football Reference and I'm just scouring the 2015 through 2017 fucking Carolina Panthers every single day. I look at this stuff. Even snap counts, even if this guy was on the practice squad for a couple days, I just assume we're gonna get him. So I write down all his information, who his agent is and shit. I'm all over it. Checking flights.
We signed your boy though to the practice squad.
Darius?
No,
Duran Lee.
Yeah. You wanted us to draft him.
Yeah, I had him 18th on my big board.
Yeah. So yeah, he's on the practice
I'm
squad.
shocked. Gettleman must have had a say in something there because I don't know why else we would have signed him. Guy should be playing this week. Christ.
We have 17 players listed on the injury report.
Yeah, that's not. That was an ugly injury report for a Thursday too. We're not usually we do this on a Wednesday and it's useless, but yeah, that injury report wasn't good.
So 5 of the guys were full participants. So you can take that down to 12. A lot of DNPs, including Morris. I mean, Morris is probably out. I'm starting to feel like a little bad for Morris. I mean, how many more concussions can?
Yeah, that one I was concerned about. I mean, granted the guy makes like 14 mil, but still, that was bad. Him getting another one was bad.
What if Milano? He's got a pec injury? Like, how? I don't know. Yeah, Norm.
Too many titty twisters or something.
Yeah, a lot of.
The way I don't see this, you think this is going to be a low-scoring game. You already gave your prediction. I didn't know. We have a bet on it. I mean, full disclosure here, Costi has money on under 20 points. I got over 20 points, basically, right? Yeah, 19.5.
Yeah, I mean, it basically boils down to the way I think we're going to play the game. That I think we're gonna try and control clock and slow it down and run the ball, and I think we'll have success doing it. I think that I've seen the Bills play good NFC teams at home that come from the West Coast, or that we don't play often. Like the Packers game for 2014, jumps out at me. Their offense was like lighting it up. They came here and Rodgers threw like 4 interceptions. You never know traveling across country. Although Seattle has won. I think like 9 in a row on the East Coast, but that's due to be snapped.
Well, the Rams had a good record on the East Coast too.
Everyone just assumes it's going to be like this huge shootout. The weather's nice. It's going to be, they're going to light it up, and I can just see the opposite happening.
It's possible, but if they don't, I mean, if we get down 14, that playbook is going to we're throwing it out the window. But
right, exactly. But Seattle's defense is one of the worst in the league. So I'm hoping that we can have some nice sustained 5, 6, 7 minute touchdown drives, and if our defense can get a couple stops, we can get a couple picks. Then you're looking at a game where
couple picks. Well, he does throw the ball.
Yeah, Wilson throws a lot of picks.
But the other problem is Seattle their defense. I mean, Earl Thomas he played the first couple weeks, but he's back. Although he's on, as they say, a pitch count, which he's not a pitcher, but. He's going to be playing, and they have fucking Dunlap. So this defense could look different. That's not something that anyone really thinks about. But Seattle's defense just got 2 very good players back.
Yeah, we'll see how ready they are, first game back. But, yeah, I mean...
Metcalf is going to fuck... He's going to fuck us.
Yeah, those guys obviously concern me. I mean, they got 2 amazing they got 1 freak and another really good receiver. But it always happens in sports where it seems like everything should happen one way and it just doesn't. And I really don't think that we're gonna try and get in a shootout with them. I could be obviously completely wrong on that, but it just doesn't.
No, I mean,
make sense that you would want to do that with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, you have that conservative, sad, just loser mentality that our coach and OC do. So. That's definitely what's going to happen, is we're going to try and slow the game down, just fucking step in mud, step in some dog shit, and really just smear it all over the field and fucking just run the clock out and then hope for a play at the end. I hope that works. I mean, I'd much rather it be a close game and we lose on a weird play at the end than lose by fucking 30. I mean, at least the game's not in Toronto like last time we played them in Western New York.
I don't think it's going to come down to a fluke play. I think we're going to do to Seattle what Kansas City did to us. I think we're going to run the ball for 200 yards, totally control the game, control the clock, control the field position, and I think we're going to win, by close to double digits. That's how I feel about this game. I don't know why. It's just the feeling I had. And, yeah.
You must have had some weird kale for dinner or something. I'm going 31-21. I don't see it as... Jesus Christ, Packers are... no, I don't see it being that close. But I wish I was there. The fact that we can't go, but Russell Wilson...
Yeah.
It could be... I can't look at the Seahawks schedule. This game is meaningless to them, really. I mean, they could be looking past us or not thinking about us, like sometimes these NFC teams do when they come into our barn. But again, there's no fans, so who knows?
Well, it's tough to take any games for granted in that division. They're 6-1. Arizona's 5-2. They already lost to Arizona. Arizona plays Miami. Arizona could win, and Seattle be out of first place Sunday. So, I mean,
well,
I don't know. I get that point, and I think it happened. I agree with you, but that division's too good to take anything for granted. Or too, I don't know how good it is. It's too.
Oh, the Rams and Niners are going to fall off. And the Rams just got struck stick by the Dolphins. I don't know. I mean, that division is still good. Top to bottom, it still is a lot of talent.
We've allowed the same amount of points as Seattle this season, 199. 199 points, but we played an extra game, and our defense is horrible. But the good thing is we got to play the Jets twice. I don't know if they played the Jets yet, but they've allowed the same amount of points as us in one fewer game, and our defense sucks. So their defense really must be horrible.
Well, it is. Well, we better not get blown out by them. If we get blown out, that's sad.
No, I guarantee it's not a blowout. I guarantee it.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you next week if we survive.
I didn't get my prediction.
All right.
23-14, Bills.
Well, we'll see.
All right.
We need an L. We need an L against Houston. We need as many L's as we can pile up from now until the end of the season. We're not making a playoff.
You kidding me?
Some idiot from out here in the projects.
Touchdown!